Also today, Daily Caller, our own Sarah Carter, reporting the DOJ is refusing to preserve work-related emails from the former FBI director Jim Comey's private account. Wow, I wonder if they do that for you or me. Now, we reached out to the DOJ for comment. They declined. Here with more reaction, House Intelligence Committee Chairman, California Congressman Devin Nunes, who frankly deserves the Medal of Freedom for really showing, sadly, the biggest abuse of power corruption scandal. Let's just get your general take on everything and where we are and what is important now.
Thank you, Sean, and thanks for having me on again. Really where we're at, a lot of people ask, well, what's left? We still have information that we need from the Department of Justice. However, I will say, as of tonight, we are getting closer and closer to having the information that we need.
Tell us why. One
of the big issues that they have provided, they have allowed all the issues that were in our subpoena, they have now either we've been able to review, our investigators have been able to review, or they have been delivered to the committee in one form or fashion or another. So let's put that aside. There's still more that has to be done, and we're, of course, months and months late. So where are we? We talked about this last week. We have at least 20 pages of the FISA the FISA warrant that went after Carter Page. We have about 20 pages that the House Republicans have asked several months ago for the president and his office to declassify. We need that declassified. Senator Grassley, secondly, asked for the Bruce Orr 302s. Bruce Orr is going to become more and more important in this investigation.
Explain a 302 and were they altered?
To it.
Explain a 302, which is an official report. So were they altered?
So the FBI interviewed Bruce Orr at least a dozen times and put together reports. So once they fired Steele, which at that point they should have not been meeting with him anymore, but what they had is they had Bruce Orr, whose wife Nellie Orr was working for Fusion GPS, was going to meet and still get the information from Christopher Steele as they were trying to verify this unverified dossier or the Clinton dirt that was used to get the FISA warrant. So that's number two. Number three, there is exculpatory evidence that we have seen of classified documents that need to be declassified. These were not, when I say
exculpatory in nature, in what way? I don't mean to press you. Exculpatory in what way?
In that the Carter Page FISA, when the judges should have been presented with this exculpatory evidence that the FBI and DOJ had. So those are the three areas that we have left in terms of what we need declassified.
I've been hearing rumors of on top of that, a tape and potentially Intel service involvement in all of this. Is there any truth to that?
Well, that I think gets to the origins of the investigation, which we still are unclear on whether or not. We know that the Australian diplomat that was serving in London, we were told that it was Five Eyes intelligence that was used to go after Papadopoulos. What we discovered in our investigation is there was no Five Eyes intelligence, and in fact, Downer's story, the Australian diplomat, doesn't even make any sense. So we're still trying to follow up on that. But in the big picture here, we need these documents declassified. That has to get done. We just talked
there was
about.
A report by,
Secondly, we have about
Paul Sperry that might happen. I'm running out of time, and I want to get this in. This is very important. I just played the tape, the April 2017 tape of your colleague, Adam Schiff. I won't add my commentary to your comments. And it sounds like he's colluding with Russians for dirt on Donald Trump. And wasn't the phony dossier that Hillary and the DNC paid for, wasn't that full of Russian lies? And it was used to misinform the American people. He got a FISA warrant, as your memo pointed out, and the Grassley-Graham memo pointed out, the bulk of information for the dossier for the FISA.
Yeah, well, look, if it would have been up to the Democrats, they were in on this from the beginning. So was the media, Sean. The media in 2016 had all this information, too. So they know that this information was being generated by the Clinton campaign. You had DOJ, FBI, all those cast of characters that were meeting regularly with Christopher Steele. You have Bruce Orr, the number 4 at the Department of Justice, who I think is going to become a more and more important figure in this. And a lot of the investigators and reporters should be looking closer at Bruce Orr.
Appreciate your time. This is soon, maybe this week. That's what rumors I'm hearing. Good to see you, sir.